Scootering came before skateboarding? The richest skateboarder in the world has a net worth estimated between $100 and $120 million. The largest skate park in the world is located in China. The town with the most skate parks per residence is located in Texas. Hello, browskis. What's up, everybody? Thanks for clicking this video. It's been a little while since I've been consistent with uploads, but 2020 is going to be great. At least that's my plan for this year, making good content. In this video, we'll be taking a look at 26 extremely interesting facts and statistics about skateboarding that you didn't know about, hopefully. This video is made using sources on the internet, so if a fact turns out to be incorrect, I will try and keep this video up to date by commenting the correct fact down in the comments below. If you think you have an interesting fact or statistic that I don't know about, please let me know that in the comments down below as well. Generally speaking, you can help me out by sharing this video and following me on Instagram, commenting. TikToks, am I already doing TikToks? I don't know, by the time of the upload, I might have made a couple TikToks. This video is also a collaboration with Skateboarders Headquarters, skateboardershq.com, a blog that contains high quality skateboarding articles, and it's also made by another Dutch skateboarder called Ruben. He sponsored this video and he provided me with all the statistics and facts created and researched by reliable sources. So if you want to see the full list of 52 facts and statistics, you can check out his blog linked in the description below. But in this video, we'll be taking a look at 26 of them. The first skateboard ever. On the internet, you can find history about skateboarding stating that it started in the 1950s, 1960s, but it actually started even earlier in the 1940s, and some people even have reported seeing skateboarders earlier than that. There are even skateboard-like devices going back to the early 1920s. One of the very first ones was a three-wheeled metal device to practice skiing. They came in pairs with a set of poles and an adjustable heel cup. A bit later in the 1930s, the scooter skate was introduced. This metal rocket ship-shaped board could be used with or without a handle. It had 3 wheels and there wasn't really an ability to steer. Unfortunately, this might mean that scootering was actually there before skateboarding. In the 30s and 40s, kids made handmade crate scooters using wooden boxes, milk boxes, fruit boxes. They attached roller skate wheels to it. That became the crate scooter, but luckily for us, after a while, kids finally got sophisticated and they came up with the skateboard. Got rid of the steering stuff. Skateboarding became a thing. That was the best moment in history. The first skateboard wheels. Skateboard wheels have gone through a lot of changes since the early 1900s. First, kids used to take roller skate wheels and attach those to wooden planks. Early skateboard wheels were made out of steel, which must have sucked big time, except for Day One Song. It wasn't until the 70s when Frank Nasworthy came up with the very first polyurethane skateboard wheels. Big improvement. Big shout out to him. The first skateboard trick. The first skateboard trick is attributed to Alan Gelfand, and he called this trick the ollie. People did do other movements on their boards, but they didn't name their trick, so officially Gelfand came up with the very first skateboard trick, and it's been here since the 70s, so why come you can't do it? Yeah. Go pay some respect and learn that stuff, dude. Come on. So go pay the respect and learn to ollie, bro.
These little guys on my team, these no-names, were making a gigantic splash in skateboarding because no one had ever seen them before. And no one had ever seen the moves that they were doing. I mean, Alan Gelfand invented the ollie when he was an amateur. He invents the trick of the century when he was an amateur.
Fact number 4. Surfers did not invent skateboarding. As mentioned in an earlier fact, skateboarding evolved from kids riding milk crates in the 30s and 40s. But I do have to say, does that really mean that the lifestyle, art and sport that is skateboarding was there later than scootering? Surfers were the ones that started exploring skateboarding in the 60s. They improved boards, contributed to the culture and made it to what it is today. Just because the physical object, the scooter, was there before the physical object, the skateboard, doesn't really mean that scootering was there before skateboarding. I think that's a pretty valid argument. Please let me know what you think was there earlier. Do you think it matters? I think it matters. The most expensive skateboard, the Supreme Mundi, it went for a staggering amount of $20,000 US. It's not really a skateboard, it's just an artist palette with trucks and wheels slapped onto it. The Supreme Mundi was created by a British artist, Adrian Wilson, as a response to the hype culture in the art world. The piece was inspired by the $450 million sale of Leonardo da Vinci's Salvador Mundi and the sale of a 248 piece of Supreme skateboards that went for $800,000. And that all just makes me wonder if the art piece would gain in value if the board was snapped while performing a certain skate trick. Because that sometimes happens with art, you know, the Banksy piece also gained in value while it was being shredded during the auction. I would like to sell my boards for a higher price than buying them after skating them. Because skateboarding is art. I'm an artist. Skateboarding isn't dangerous. Skateboarding is not dangerous. According to injuryfacts.org, 98,000 skateboarders ended up in the ER emergency room. The number of basketball injuries was over 435,000. To put that in perspective, in the US there are 26 million basketball players and only 6 million skateboarders. So if we do the math, this would mean that 1.6% of skateboarders end up in the ER and 2.07% of basketball players end up in the ER. So skateboarding, it's not that dangerous. The most popular type of skateboard. The most popular type of skateboard is the popsicle board. In 2017, 50.7% of skateboard revenue came from sales of popsicle boards. If you're trying to up that number, check out my Amazon page, linked in the description below. Terrible plug. The price of a skateboard hasn't increased in the past 30 years. When I started skating at the age of 11, a price of a skateboard deck, so only the wood, was 70 euros. Expensive. But luckily for us European skaters, the prices have even dropped since the skateboarding got more mainstream, but also because of the fact that there are now more popular European skateboard brands that also make high quality skateboards. The size of the US skateboard market is still growing. Skateboarding is still growing, as can be seen from the sales data from Grand View Research and Statista. US sales are expected to be at $323.6 million US in 2025. This means skateboarding is still getting more mainstream, and contrary to popular opinion, I think it's actually quite a good thing. The richest skateboarder in the world has a net worth estimated between $100 and $120 million. His name is Tony Hawk. He's released 19 skateboarding games, entertaining and inspiring many skaters across the globe. And fun little bonus fact, he still landed a 900 at the age of 48. Legend. Goddamn legend. The town with the most skate parks per resident is in Laredo, Texas. Data from 2019 shows that there are around 268,000 residents in Laredo, Texas, and there are 11 skate parks. This means that there are 4.1 skate parks per 100,000 residents, and that makes them the most skate park town resident thing. If you know what I'm talking about. Onto the largest skate park in the world. That's in China. China's skateboarding scene is not as big yet, but since 2015 they do have the two biggest skate parks in the world. The GMP skate park in Guangzhou, the biggest spin, the most spins. Officially, Tony Hawk landed the 900 in 1999. In 2012, Tom Shar did the 1080, but in 2019, Mitchy Brusco landed a 1260 during the X Games.
He's got it. Oh my gosh! Mitch, he just lands the... What is going on? Okay.
Fun little bonus fact, Mitchy Brusco has picked up skydiving, and he's also now sponsored by a skydiving company named iFly. And in an interview he mentioned that his skydiving and free falling practice has also helped him progress in skateboarding. Jake Hayes and Xavier Elford beat the highest ollie record on February 22, 2018. by ollieing 45.5 inches, that's around 115 centimeters. They beat a long-standing record by Aldrin Garcia that was there since 2011. I do have to mention that this is not the official record because according to Guinness World Records, the official record is still held by Aldrin Garcia with 45 inches. 23.9% of all skaters are female. According to research from Grand View Research, 23.9% of all skaters are female, and I do have to note that this also includes longboarders and cruiser skaters. But the result of skateboarding getting more popular for women is evident. The first street league for women has been held in 2015. Other really positive effects that I've noticed is that I had to leave the skate park because last Friday was girls' night. Fastest skateboard speed record. The fastest person to go on a skateboard is Kyle Wester. His top speed was measured at 89 miles per hour. That's around 143 kilometers an hour. That's enough to get fined for going over the speed limit in most US highways. Of course, the guy didn't do this on a regular skateboard, but he did go fast. Pro skaters and their earnings. This was a tough one to find out about. Me and Ruben, the guy who made this blog post, we weren't able to confirm any of the numbers, so definitely take this statistic with a big grain of salt. Okay, so most pro skaters do not make that much. The average salary a month is around $1,000 to $10,000. Quite a big gap. Bottom skaters 1,000, top ones 10,000. It's quite rare to make 10,000 a month, but I also have to say that I think that there are also skaters that make much more than that. Generally speaking, shoe brands are the highest payers. Board sponsors pay around $1,500 to $2,500 a month. On average, a full set of sponsors can earn you up to $5K a month, but some get $5K a month from one sponsor alone. Rumor has it that in the prime days, Quicksilver was able to pay their riders up to $5K a month. More internet rumors that I found said that Jeremy Rogers was already able to make $12K a month from Red Bull alone. Sure, 3 to 5 to $12K a month does seem like a lot of money, but you have to take into account that you're putting a lot of pressure on your body and you can't keep this up for a lot of years. So it's quite some money doing what you love, but you also, your body takes a huge hit. It's not that good for your body, but it is a lot of fun. So definitely gotta have a backup plan when you're a skater. How skaters make money has also changed over the course of years. In the 80s, it was all about winning contests. Later in the 80s, doing demos became part of your contract. In the 90s, video and capturing skateboarding progression was a huge part of your sponsor. And in the 2000s, a skater lived of corporate clothing and skate shoe sponsorships, resulting in them having to wear branded clothing. And right now, it's all about endorsements and social media. Right now, it's probably the best time to make a living off of skateboarding. Still not that good, but it's best it's ever been. Graphics sell. Every skater has been there at some point. You're in a store and you want to buy a deck just because the graphic looks sick, but deep down you know that it doesn't really matter because it will fade away anyway. Well, turns out that graphics play a huge part in skateboard deck sales. Number of skateboarders in the US. In 2017, there were 6.44 million participants in skateboarding in the US alone, of which 1.4 million were aged between 18 and 24. I do have to say that on the internet, I did find other numbers going up to 60 million, but 6.44 million is the official number that we could find on statista.com. The biggest skate store in the world is Zoomies. Zoomies operated 707 stores worldwide in 2018, and in 2019 it operated 91 stores in California alone. Some older data shows that the net sales in 2012 were $1.4 million, but according to their latest financial statement, they've made huge growth because their net sales in 2018 were over $994 million. That's some skateboarding sales progression for you right there. The amount of skate parks in the world. The amount of skate parks in the world. This one was also quite difficult to get real accurate data about, but it's estimated that there are around 3,500 skate parks in the world. In the US, it's estimated that there are around 500 to 600. And my personal estimate is that I've visited around 80 to 100 of all these skate parks, leaving a lot of opportunities for interesting skate trips. According to Wikipedia, the very first skate park opened in Arizona in 1965. Surf City was the name, Tucson, Arizona, and Patty McGee, live cover girl and skateboarding champion, attended the opening. Longest official grind. Jagger Eaton holds the official record for a grind of 204 feet on a handrail in 2016 in Los Angeles, but the record was broken unofficially by Moose with a 50-50 on a curb of 292 feet. Really wonder how long it is, because I feel like after a certain point you're just able to keep your balance, you can go forever, and the only thing that's really difficult is to find a curb or handrail that's long enough. The guy who started it all. The legend was born on September 2nd in 1957 in Dogtown in California. The guy started skateboarding to practice his surfing, and he was part of the Z-Boys skate crew. Largest monetary prize. As many of you guys probably know, Street League is the contest where the most money is made. The largest monetary prize was back in 2011, 1.6 million US dollars. Normally it's a bit lower though. On average, winning the Super Crown gets you $200,000. The proudest owner of Street League money is probably Nigel Houston. He's been winning Street League since 2010. Highest air on a skateboard ever. The highest air on a skateboard ever has been done by a skateboarding legend, also known as the Bionic Man, in 2015. He owns the record for the highest air on a skateboard ever done with 7.7 meters. Please let me know if you liked the video, hit the bell icon if you did. Check out the link in the description to the full article of 52 statistics. Peace out and skate on.